Hey YouTubers, it's me, Lonnie Clark, Nuts for Art. I wanted to give a little shout out to my little gang, my tribe here on YouTube, and tell you thank you for subscribing to my channel and watching my YouTube videos and making your comments. I think it's really sweet. And I want to encourage everyone not to be disheartened. I have to say I'm kind of coming out of that myself. In the last few months, I've been pretty disheartened by everything. I mean, the news is still not good. It's still like, what's good? I mean, I guess good would be people acting responsibly, but that doesn't seem to be what they want to be. They are acting greedily, they're acting like, I don't know, just greedy pigs. Anyways, I did want to share with you guys some nuclear news because I know it's been a while. So let me see, I'll come here. Oh my gosh, I have all these windows open. Where do I go first? I think what I'll do, let me see. Let me take a look at the screen share thing and see how I can do that. I think it's this one. I think I found it. I think I come back over here and say present to everyone. And then I come over here and I can move around. I think I can move around. Oh, am I mixed up here? Yeah. Go away. Why did this do this? Ugh, it wants me to subscribe. I'm not going to subscribe. Can I say no? If I say no, I can't get this thing. What a bummer. What was this story? This story was about the canisters. Screw you. Let's look at this one. There's plenty of bad news everywhere. July 12, 2018. We are the mighty. Dun, 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 dun. I have no idea. The Mighty Network. Don't you think that's funny? When the Navy sank nuclear waste with machine guns. Wow. In the 1950s, nuclear reactors and weapons were all the rage. Bombs were getting bigger and bigger, and we were hosting nuclear parties, and reactors were enabling the Navy to launch submarines and ships that could go without refueling. But all that nuclear activity had a consequence. And no, we're not talking about the fun of super mittens of fallout. What's this? Ball Tech Boy. It's a weird thing to put on your page. As almost everyone knows, using radioactive material to generate power also creates waste. Triggering the nuclear process in the material is basically reversible. Once activated, nuclear material is dangerous for thousands of years. Hundreds of thousands of years, my dears. Not thousands, hundreds of thousands. The Navy was still in process of learning that fact in the 1950s when they tried to decide what to do with the newfound problem, dealing with the nuclear waste. Their initial solution, surprisingly, was similar to how they dealt with chemical waste and other debris at the time. They dumped it, usually in 6,000 to 12,000 feet of water. At this point, Godzilla is your best case scenario. Wow. Oh, those poor bastards probably died a terrible death. That is sad. Sailors like George Albarnaz, assigned to the USS Calhoun in the 1950s, were left to decide how they'd go about their job dumping the material, typically low-level nuclear waste. They would take about 300 barrels per trip out into the ocean from docks on the Atlantic coast and roll them to the edge of the ship. When the ship tipped just right on the waves, they would push the barrels over. Most of them filled with dense metal salts and tools encased in concrete inside the building would sink right away. Barrels that bobbed back up were shot with a rifle by a man standing at the end of the ship, which usually sent it directly to the bottom of the sea. But the rifle fire wasn't always enough. In 1957, 2 barrels bobbed back up on a dumping mission and simply would not sink. So the Navy sent in 2 aircrafts to fire them with machine guns until they finally sank to Poseidon's depths. While shooting radioactive barrels actually sounds sort of fun, the sailors involved said the Navy failed. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Did you expect them to? While the shooting radioactive barrels actually sounds sort of fun, the sailors involved said the Navy failed to properly inform them of the dangers of working with radiation, took shortcuts on safety and detection procedures, and failed to provide safety gear. That left men like Albertine susceptible to a number of diseases and conditions associated with radiation, including cancer and lifelong ailments. In a 1992 article in the New York Times, detailed another shortcoming of the Navy's program, including instances, I'm going to open that in a new link, where dumps occurred mere miles from major ports like Boston in only a few hundred feet of water, increasing the chance that radioactive particles could make their way into civilian population centers. Bastards. I mean, really? This is so beyond comprehension. Wow. These days, nuclear waste is taken to be stored on land, but the U.S. still lacks permanent storage for high-level nuclear waste. Instead, nearly all high-level nuclear waste in the U.S. is stored in temporary storage, often on the grounds of nuclear power generation facilities, meaning not often, almost always now that WIPP is completely incompetent, they can't bury it. It's not ideal, and a number of potential sites have been proposed and debated, but at least barrels won't come back bobbing back up. And if they do, well, even the F-35 could probably sink them. Oh my God. Who is this? This is some... Wow. Military culture. Who the heck are you people? Look at their things. 9 facts about the nuclear club. We are the mighty. Let's open that link up. I mean, this is almost scary, isn't it? The nuclear club is a term used informally in geopolitics for the group of nations who possess the nuclear weapons. The Non-Proliferation Treaty of 1968 was designed to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons. When was this written? 2016. The 8 or 9 members controlling at least 15,600 warheads. Here we go. North Korea, where's the little tiny North Korea is right there. They say they have 10, but they think they have more. This is Russia. This is the United States. This is everybody else. 5 other countries host nuclear weapons. Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Turkey host American nukes under NATO agreements. So there's our nukes in Belgium, Germany, Netherlands, Italy, and Turkey. Oh, that's kind of Turkey. Oh my gosh. They're not quite a democracy. They're sort of a thuggy state there. 30 other states use nuclear technology. Oh, that's just great. South Africa is the only country to dismantle its nuclear arsenal. 59 other nations have the ability to construct nuclear weapons. Maintaining worldwide arsenal is a $1 trillion business. By 2020, Pakistan will have the world's 3rd largest stockpile. Nuclear non-proliferation success far outnumber failure. Well, that's good to know. Only 2 countries possess worldwide nuclear capability. Guess who they are? Ding, 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 ding. 3 countries actually inherited nuclear weapons. Kazakhstan, Belarus, and Ukraine inherited stockpiles. They returned the weapons to Russia and signed the NPT agreement, Non-Proliferation Treaty. That's a pretty interesting little story. Wow. Okay, so I want to go and show you some more stuff. Here's some lawmakers begging not to have the nuclear waste shipped into Idaho. Here we go. This is this guy. Now it's 2018, and Governor Otto is once again ready to negate the agreement, this time to allow nuclear waste from Hanford, Washington, to be trucked to Idaho. This is what they're planning to do. They're planning on moving this nuclear waste. This is so outrageous. Otter also supports constructions of 12 nuclear reactors in Idaho to provide power to Utah. Wow. So you guys don't waste Idaho. We got to go here. Open in a new link, and what's it going to tell us? Protect their nuclear waste. Sign the petition. Take action now. Let's see. Here, I'll sign the petition. Do I have to give them all my goo? First name, last name? No. I'll just do it right now while I'm on here. Oh, we're on here while nobody's watching me on my YouTube channel. He's all right. I don't mind, man. Here. About me. I'm not going to say jack to them. I don't want to be on their thing. My Twitter handle. We'll put in my Twitter handle. Nuts for Art 2. You know why I have to have Nuts for Art 2? Because I couldn't remember my password for Nuts for Art. And they blocked me out. So that's all my stuff. Okay. Ding, dividend. So we just signed that petition, man. Oh, should we tell Chairman Perez to resign? Fuck all these things. They just want her. But this is important, you guys. We got to do this. We cannot let them send. Where is that letter? Here it is. This is so outrageous. There was another one, too. Senator Jeff Steinborn questions proposed Lee County nuclear waste site. The Federal Nuclear Regulatory Commission is considering a proposal from Holtec International to build a temporary nuclear waste storage site facility near Hobbs in Lee County in southwestern New Mexico. Southeastern, so that's, I bet you how close that is. I wonder where Hobbs is. Holtec has applied for an initial 40-year license for the facility. If approved, the site would hold 500 canisters. That's just great. Doña Ana County Democratic Senator Jeff Steinborn chairs the state legislature's Radioactive and Hazard Material Committee, which oversees the safety of the proposal. Steinborg recently spoke with Michael Hernandez about the lack of information he's received from Governor Susana Martinez's office and other state agencies regarding safety measures, infrastructure capabilities, and logistics concerns. That's because they have none, sir. Steinborg's recent KRGW commentary can be read here. There has been a lot of public hearings held over this proposal. The next meeting will take place on July 19th. Oh, that was very recently. In the Recreational Center. The public comment period ends July 30th. And there is a link to the Holtec CFIS. So I'm going to link on that. Get that. So I'm going to come back to this. This is incredible. Well, let's see where this is. How about this? Hobbs in Lee County. Let's figure that out. This is how I found all these stories, you guys. I just typed in up here on my Google nuclear waste. And you just put in there and look at all the stuff you find. None of this stuff makes it to the front page. I mean, this is interesting. Here's one lawmaker in Idaho. They're trying to keep it out. And then the other lawmaker in New Mexico. Grave concerns about storing waste in New Mexico. So this is very interesting. So let's find Hobbs, New Mexico. Let's just go. I have to go back to work tonight. But I really wanted to get some of this news out because this is just So outrageous that we never even hear about it. Okay, and then let's see where it's at in relation to Carlsbad. Let's see Carlsbad, New Mexico. Let's see how far. Yeah, see, it's an hour and a half. So this is where the tanks blew up, right here. And this is where they want to do it again. Now let's take a look. Let's see what's all around there. Why did they pick this city? There has to be something out there, or maybe nothing. Maybe it's a small little town. Oh, I know why. It's right next to Texas. They can do whatever they want in Texas. They can spill all over here, and Texas could give a crap. So why didn't they just go into Texas? They probably get tax breaks in New Mexico. Holtec is evil, for sure. Holtec is like super evil, have no regard for life whatsoever. Wow. That is the weirdest thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that one's weird. Like, I just can't deal with that. I want to stop sharing. Go back to you guys. Here I am with my little double glasses on again. Hello. I can't find my favorite glasses. I have 3 pairs of glasses and I lost my favorite ones. You know, the blue ones that aren't so big to gigantic. Although I see a lot better with these ones. Anyways, man, what a trip. We have just got such a mess going on. Like, they have nuclear waste everywhere. I mean, the military shot barrels of nuclear waste to the bottom of the sea. And you know, if the US did it, you know, everybody that had produced nuclear waste, that's what they do, right? I mean, I think that really it's like what I call the one drop, the plutonium, one drop of plutonium thing, right? It doesn't matter because they know we're all poisoned, right? So why should they tell us anything? That actually makes logical sense now why they're building buildings in Fukushima made out of reclaimed wood from Fukushima, because who gives a crap? It's everywhere. Lord. And we're just, you know, the thing is, they were able to do it and pull it off over the last, like, what? I don't know, 50, 60 years, because it was just too slow. But now the cat is out of the bag. And it's not good. You know, it's pretty bad. I don't know. I think it's sad. I think that it's really sad. Even my own granddaughter is affected. She has some type of an autoimmune disease thing that causes her to get, like, on her eyelid. It's weird. She gets like little bubbles of blood, just little, they don't hurt her. It's just it's like one of her ducts on her eyelashes gets infected, is essentially what it is. And there's nothing they can do. I mean, they can cut it off, but they can't stop it. They can't prevent it. They said it's a autoimmune disease thing. And when my daughter told me that, my heart sank, because, you know, we live in Oregon. She was born in what year? She's 5. So 2013. I mean, that's the hard part. We have grandchildren now. I wonder if my grandchildren are going to be as old as I am. But I mean, can you imagine that is where we're at on this planet? Wondering if our children are going to be as old as we are. Our grandchildren make it to 50, 60 years old. We have a president of the United States acting like a complete imbecile and buffoon. I mean, complete imbecile, lying buffoon, standing next to Vladimir Putin, acting like his subordinate. And then he says he's going to invite him here right before the election so that they can rig the elections. And everybody's going, oh, the Democrats wringing their hands, and the Republicans are going, yeah, we can't wait. Banana Republic, let's snap it down. In just a few short generations since Ronald Reagan put the axe in the American government. That's when Reaganomics came in. That's when we could say, I mean, you know what? I actually should dig that out. I have several drawings that I did about Ronald Reagan. I called him Ray Gun. And boy, if I even knew about nuclear waste, then I probably wouldn't have had kids. I probably would have decided to become an activist, you know. So I don't know. You know, that's the thing. It's this small community here on YouTube of tiny few people. I mean, I can't figure out what it is that allows certain people to be able to face this. But I can just tell you this. Look at the views on my YouTube channel. I get like 10 views, 20 views, maybe 50 if I put the word Fukushima in there. And that's all the Fukushima hounds. Not, I mean, I'm actually convinced, like I completely concur with Heidi Lambert, who basically said, look, Fukushima, yeah, it's a disaster. It's the worst thing that's ever happened because we can't stop it. But the fact is, we have nuclear waste. We have been being poisoned. It has happened. We've had all these experiments. I mean, they blew up a nuclear bomb on the ocean in the 60s that had fallout in Portland. Huge car lots of cars could not be sold because they had radioactive fallout on them. It was really bad. So we're just not being told. And I think that's the exercise of why I wanted to read you these stories. That's why I'm going to do the radio gig. And I'm actually going to do the radio gig very soon. I just have to get on Spreaker. And I apologize to you. I'm doing these, my readings for Helen Caldecott and Carl Grossman. I'm feeding them to KEPW while I'm trying to figure out Spreaker. I actually have not even had time to go in there and dig around and really do it because I am in the weeds with work. In fact, tonight I have to work myself pretty late, probably till 2 or 3 o'clock tonight. So I thought I'd do these readings and talk to you tonight before I finish my work. So, but in the next week or so, I'm going to be putting up my very first Age of Fission, and it's probably going to air on Age of Fission on the YouTube channel Age of Fission, because I have a Gmail, Age of Fission at Gmail, and I'm just going to use that for a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put them up on there, at least mine. And I don't know how it's going to work. That's the thing. I want to give hours because I have 21 hours a week. I want to give hours to other people. So that's what I've got to figure out, how to spread that time, or how that all works. Anyways, I'll end here, you guys. I hope you got a little, I don't know, jolt out of listening to what happened with the nuclear waste. The cavalier attitude of that article just blew me away. Oh, yeah, it's better than blah, blah, blah. We can just bomb it down to the bottom of the ocean. We are super screwed, man. We are like super screwed, folks. I don't know. You know what? I'm sending everybody blessings and much love. I send you many, many blessings. Everybody and all your families. I mean, the 19 or 20 people that follow me. Imagine if we could send out blessings to the 19 or 20 people that follow me. Like, if it affected every one of them, that would probably be several million people. So, hey, let's do that. Put your courage feet on, you guys. We definitely need it. We got to do it. Take care. Ciao.